Hello everybody, welcome back to SNR. My name is Kieran McGinley and this is round number 10. We're heading to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. Without further ado then, let's move on to the driver standings. At the top of the table, it's AJ on 172. It's the Gort in second on 118. Joint with him is Darren Sinclair in third place. Raikkonen in fourth on 94 points. Geordie Davey in fifth on 61. Chelsea Boy is in sixth on 59. Heemcar in seventh on 51. Spark Bobster is in 8th place on 38. Shagam only a point behind in 9th on 37. DK is in 10th on 35. Zippo in 11th on 26. Rockatoni in 12th on 24. It's Heffy in 13th, he's on 9 points. That's Rocket in 14th on 8 points. Pranker also on 8 points. That puts him in 15th. Captain Pants in 16th. He's on 6 points. Jensen in 17th on 2 points. And White Samba in 18th on 0 points. Moving on to the constructor standings then, McLaren lead the way on 231, 46 points ahead of their closest rival Red Bull, who are on 185. They're in second place. Ferrari in third on 122. Sauber in fourth on 94. Renault in fifth on 73. Toro Rosso in 6th place on 63. Williams in 7th on 47. Force India in 8th also on 47. Mercedes in 9th on 34 and Haas at the bottom on just 2 points. So without further ado, let's move on to the hot lap.
So here we are now then, coming down towards the last couple of corners. Important here on this hot lap to get it absolutely right. Here we come around the last corner and onto this new pit straight here. Now we're coming towards the first corner, which is Abbey. Throw the car into the right hand side. Watch out for the curb on the inside as you head into Farm as well. Easy to get it caught on the grass there. Heading in towards turn 3. This is Village Corner and the new complex here as we head into turn 4. Important to get the traction here absolutely spot on, because as you come around turn 5 you're onto the Wellington Straight, opening up the DRS here and heading towards Brooklands now as you want to again get the traction right. Here we are then heading into turn 6 into Brooklands, which then leads into Luffield, and Luffield here you've got to keep the car as tight as possible. Let the car go out wider as you take the curve on the left hand side. Don't take too much, don't get greedy as you head through Woodcote, and again don't get greedy on the inside there. Heading towards the old turn 1 up to Cops Corner, throw it in again, drop a gear if you need to get the grip through there as you now head towards Maggots and Beckett's now. Just throwing the car in flat out through the right hander there. Drop in a couple of gears if you need to, and down to 5th as you head through Beckett's Corner here. Now coming through onto the Hangar Straight now. DRS again once flown open, and we're heading now down towards Stowe Corner. Good overtaking opportunity here if you're brave enough, and take some curb on the right hand side. Careful the curb on the left hand side, take too much you invalidate your lap time. Heading now down towards Club Corner now into turn 16, now coming around turn 17 now. Traction is all important here as you head round the last corner, and that's a lap of Silverstone.
So then qualifying is underway for the British Grand Prix in round 10 of SNR. Now you might be wondering why I'm struggling with my voice. Blocked up nose. Yeah, I've been suffering recently, but I'm willing to fight on and see how long it takes my voice to completely give out commentating over a race. So it should be a lot of fun. We'll see how that all goes. But let's get some of our data up. Let's get some of our currently fitted tyres, and as you can see, 15 drivers in this session today, and well, it should be very interesting because look at how many cars are actually going to leave the circuit. Now something tells me that it might start to rain in a bit, and all the drivers here might be trying to get out to try and get some dry running. It's worth trying to go onto some soft tyres at the start of this race, or the start of this session anyway, because it's worth trying to take that risk, especially with only 15 drivers in the session. Only you need the top 10 to start on a different strategy. So we shall see what happens here. Spark Bolster then is the first person out on track and driving in the Renault there. So let's have a look at championship leader AJ. Is making his way out of the pits now onto the track. And he is the championship leader at the moment, hoping to make it 4 wins on the trot. And he's got some serious competition now. Darren Sinclair is one of those competitors hoping to get some good points to try and stretch himself up here. Now the Gort, I believe, isn't racing for the rest of the season. I think or he might be taking a break. But for whatever reason, he's not here right now. And I know I've been told, and I can't remember. That's bad commentary. But there we go. So Darren Sinclair will be hoping to try and extend his run now. He'll be looking to try and shake off this little bit of a dip in form at the moment. 2 DNFs, and he didn't start at Baku. So he'll be hoping today just keep it out of the barriers, maybe get a podium as well. That will help him on his way to get some confidence back in the car. So then Spark Bobster makes his way and starts a flying lap here. The first person out on track, of course, these 18 corners of the redesigned track. First on the calendar, I believe in 2012. Where we see now this whole new section here, the arena section, as we now head down towards turn 6 and Brooklands. Always high tyre wear is Silverstone. You have to be very careful with the tyres, especially in qualifying. And as we see Spark Bobster coming through Luffield now on the exit, that curb on the left hand side is dangerous, especially if you run too wide. You could see yourself spinning up those rear tyres as we now head towards the old turn 1 into Copse now. The old turn 1, the new turn 9. As we head towards this classic section of Maggots, and then we head towards Beckett's now as Spark Bobster looks to try and attack this as fast and as high speed as possible. And we head towards Chapel now, down the Hangar Straight. DRS zone is exactly where the Sector 2 line is as we head towards Stowe. And now coming up towards Vale and Club. Spark Bobster here. What sort of lap time can he set as we head towards the start-finish line? He'll be the banker lap right here. And as he heads around that final corner, crosses the line, it's a 1:29.6 from Spark Bobster. And DK goes quicker, 1:29.6. Let's see what Darren Sinclair can do. He's got a car ahead of him. That was Zippo, 1:30.2. Darren Sinclair, 1:27.8. That is a huge message to AJ here, who's got to find some time. And I wonder what he can do there, as we've got Rockatoni, 1:28.9. Pranker puts himself up to third, 1:29.4. We're following AJ round the final few corners now, heading towards Club Corner. And here we go then. This is AJ, 1:28.4. Puts himself into second place for the time being. Chelsea Boy heading around the final corner, 1:30.0. Puts himself into P7. We're going to see Captain Pants here making his way around, as is Jensen. Beam Carl as well making his way around, as we've got a great angle of the front wing there and how much it moves about in the breeze, I'd say. So DK 1:29.6 on some soft tyres, so that's going to serve him well if he can keep it up in the top 10. He's given himself a good chance of making that different strategy work. So let's see who's closest to the line now. We've got Jensen here, who is coming through the old turn 1 now. So Raikkonen now heading towards the final few corners, and Raikkonen on these soft tyres. What can he do now? Heading towards the line, and doesn't set a lap time. Team Carl then a 10th up already, but has decided to come in, so I'm thinking his lap time did not count. Well, Jensen here making his way around, runs wide and makes his way back to the pit lane. Well, Captain Pants there has set a 1:30.9, but it hasn't counted. Geordie Davey is into the pits there. And for the moment then, we have 8 lap times on the board, as we look to see if anybody else is going to be setting a lap time, as Captain Pants is making his way around. There's a Mercedes there right on the curb there, just to make sure Captain Pants there doesn't run too wide. As he heads towards the old turn 1, we'll see where Raikkonen is, and he's heading through Maggots and Beckett's right now. So here we go then, on to the Hangar Straight, into the DRS zone, and what can Raikkonen do with a fresh set of soft tyres? He will be looking to try and get himself up into the top 10 if he can. And with only 8 lap times on the board at the moment, he'll be hoping to get himself a good time here. A little bit taking too much curb through the penultimate corner. But what can he set? It's a 129.4, and that sets him up into P5. And if you notice, I'm taking regular drinks of water there. There's Captain Pants there, comes across the line. It's at a 130.3, and that's his lap time. Puts him into the top 10 for now. So 10 lap times at the moment then. So we have Darren Sinclair leading the way, 127.8. AJ is in second, 128.4. Rockatoni 128.6. Pranker 128.9.4. Raikkonen 129.4. DK 129.6. As we have Spark Bobster 129.9. Chelsea Bow 130.0. Invader Zippo 130.2. Captain Pants 130.3. So Malachi, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. First race in SNR, and I'll be hoping for a good result today. What can he do in terms of a lap time? We're about to see then. He's on his out lap, and just making sure he's got some clear air ahead of him. The clouds don't look very encouraging, but he's going to push on now. And what sort of lap time can he set? We'll try and follow him on the way around. Geordie Davey is also going to be on a flying lap as well, so we'll see how those two get on as we head around turn 1, coming through farm, and then up towards turn 3. As Geordie Davey drops a gear into third, comes back up into fourth, drops a gear into third, and second around that corner is a little bit promoting the understeer there, but looks like Geordie Davey just about gets away with it there. Malachi then heading around Luffield, and then coming up to the slight kink of Woodcote, and we're going to see then his first qualifying session is at SNR. No pressure then as he heads towards the old turn 1 into Cops. And how's he taking this? Doesn't lift off at all going through there. Didn't sound like it anyway, as he heads towards Maggots and Beckett's. And what can he manage heading through here? Dropping to 5th, and then does he drop to 4th? No, keeps it in 5th gear as he heads towards the hangar straight. Imcar also on his out lap. We'll have to keep an eye on that, or is that his actual lap? Oh, hard to tell now. Geordie Davey as well on a flying lap. Here comes Malachi then, heading towards Vale, turn 16, then through 17, and around Club. And Malachi then rounding the final corner then, and he's going to set 131.3. The lap time didn't count, as we see then Geordie Davey puts himself up into 5th place, 129.0 from Geordie Davey. Carl then heading on to the hangar straight, as we have Jensen out there as well, so he's got one more chance then to set a lap time. Darren Sinclair, I can't tell if he's on a lap already or if this is an out lap, but as you can see, look how smooth he is coming through Maggots and then through Beckett's, as we leave now to go onto the hangar straight. DRS wide open, and what can he do heading up towards Stowe? And Jensen's out of the session. Jensen has retired from the session. Darren Sinclair then heading towards Vale now, and up towards Club Corner. Needs to nail this, and can he put some pressure on AJ? Even more pressure onto AJ. Yes, he can. 127.4 goes fastest still. Almost a second faster than AJ at the moment. Can anyone challenge Darren Sinclair right now? Pranker looks like he wants to make a charge now. Darren Sinclair decides that's enough. Ian Carl then also heading towards the old turn 1. Spark Bobster out there as well, heading through the new turn 1, as he sets a 129.1, I believe that was. Rockatoni retires from the session, as Geordie Davey there goes second fastest, 128.2. AJ then on his out lap. Now he will get a chance to set a lap time, as Pranker now heads towards, I believe that is, yeah, towards the end of the lap now, heading down towards Vale now. And you can hear they're locking up just slightly, but shouldn't be too detrimental, as he looks to try and round the final corner, nail this corner, and it's a 129.6, so he goes slower. We might have another chance here. Captain Pants starts a flying lap just in time. Malachi also doing the same, but he's 1.3 seconds down at the moment. All eyes on AJ then. Can he get some inspiration there to knock off a second? Checkered flag falls then. Spark Bobster's out there. Hinkar also out there. He's a 10th up from his previous time. And I believe he's pushing on once again. Pranker also trying to push on. Spark Bobster's retired from the session. Doesn't feel his lap time's good enough. Geordie Davey making his way back to the pits. AJ is pushing on now as he heads through Cops. And now coming towards Maggots. And then through Beckett's. And we'll see now how much he pushes there. You can see he's not as confident through the high-speed section there. But coming now down towards the hangar straight. We've got Pranker here heading towards the onto the hangar straight as well. And AJ retires from the session. He did not nail that high-speed section there. And so the last person then is Pranker. And we'll see what lap time he can produce then. Can he get any better than 8th? As he head towards Vale now, he heads towards the pit lane. So that is everyone who's everyone and has finished qualifying. So that is qualifying then. We'll bring you the full table and results after this edit. So then, qualifying complete. Darren Sinclair takes pole position, Geordie Davies 2nd, AJ in 3rd, Rockatoni 4th, Raikkonen 5th, Spark Bobster 6th, Hinkle 7th, Pranker 8th, Chelsea Boy 9th, DK in 10th, Invader Zippo in 11th, Captain Panther 12th, Malachi in 13th, Jensen 14th, and Rocket in 15th place. We will have the race after this edit. Well, Silverstone has been the permanent home of the British Grand Prix since 1987, and whilst its future may be in doubt coming towards 2019, the track itself today has promoted great racing. Who could forget Nigel Mansell winning in 1986 at the British Grand Prix at the last ever event at Brands Hatch. It's alternated through a lot of stages throughout the years. Before Formula 1 came to visit, of course, Brooklands was the home of the British Grand Prix, way before Formula 1 times. But it had shared with Brands Hatch. There was talks of it going to elsewhere. But at the moment we'll see Silverstone on the calendar for just a couple more seasons. And it's always good to come to Northamptonshire. For once it's not raining in Britain, but we've got the race coming up just soon. So then, here we go. 5 red lights here at the British Grand Prix. Round 10 is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like Darren Sinclair's got a fantastic start as they head towards turn 1. Now, can they keep it clean as they head their way through? We've got Debris, we've got the Renault there who's gone off the circuit there. Now, I'm not sure who that is as they head towards it. We've got a Mercedes at the back there, and who is that at the back? I believe that is Rocket. It is Rocket, as he might have just made contact there, and the Mercedes there spun around, heading towards turn 2 into farm. But as we can see, we've got racing up ahead here. We've got the I believe that is the Red Bull there of Geordie Davey trying to make his way up the field, and this is Rockatoni now trying to make up some positions as the Red Bull runs wide. We've got Rockatoni here trying to make up some ground, and Captain Panther's retired from the session. Now what's happened there? He's just retired from the session. Not entirely sure why, but he's done for the day. For the lead of the race then, Darren Sinclair. AJ managed to move himself up into P2, and that battle will go on, I'm sure, for the rest of the race. DK then is moving up now. He's moved himself up past Himkal, up into 9th place now, and you can see on board now he's going to try and chase down Chelsea Boy for 7th place. We'll have a look at the position changes from the start then. The biggest winner seems to be Pranker, who's moved up at 4 positions there. So he's had a great start at this early stage. Spark Bobster is the biggest loser. He's down 7 places from the beginning of the race. Well, in terms of tyres then, you can see Raikkonen has got one heck of a strategy. He's gone onto the soft tyres here. Excuse my coughing, that will probably happen for most of the race. I'll try and keep it out of the mic as much as possible. But as you can see here, Raikkonen, Geordie Davey now is retired from the session. Now what's happened here? He has collided with the wall, and the Red Bull then is out of the session. So I can only assume then that is coming out of turn 3, is that? Turn 4. Yeah, that's coming out of turn 4. So, well, that is a very odd place to lose it. Did he make contact? I'm not too sure. Then Rockatoni here. Oh, Rockatoni runs wide as he's trying to push to try and chase down Pranker as we start to get a little bit more spread out. I say that, and there's a 3-car battle happening, one behind Chelsea Boy. That's DK, Heatcar, and Zip trying to battle their way through. Now, I was, well, Zippo was talking to me before the race, and he was hoping that this was going to be his day. He said to me, watch me in this race. So I'm doing that. I'm obliging. And 9th place at the moment for Zip. We'll see what he can do during this race. Darren Sinclair then currently leads the way from AJ and Raikkonen, who is in 3rd place. We've got a bit of a battle here for 10th place and the last points position as Jensen runs wide, and oh, that was Malachi. Had to take some braking and avoiding action there as he's trying to chase down Jensen there. Jensen did run a little bit wide as we head towards the last corner there. Hinkal trying to chase down DK here for 7th place as we look to try and have some of the closer battles on the track. This is Rockatoni on the back of Pranker, trying to find a way through. Pranker runs slightly wide. This could be an opportunity for Rockatoni now. DRS has been enabled, and he will have DRS then coming down this straight now as we head towards the left-hander of, I believe that's turn 6 as we head through now. And yes, it is. Luffield is next, and Rockatoni ahead of Pranker. Pranker, will he have a go coming out and towards at turn 8 here as we head towards Cops? As we'll see now, the Force India surely not. Overtaking opportunity through Cops simply doesn't exist, and that's right. Pranker though does get a better exit, better line through Cops there as he's managing to keep on his tail. And meanwhile though, Jensen has run wide, and that's something involving Spark Bobster there, and Spark Bobster, as he held that with no damage, it looks like on the right hand side though, there looks to be a little bit of front wing damage, so looks like he's going to have to come back to the pitch. You can see there how much downforce he's lost there, but he caught that back end tremendously. He'll be very annoyed about the front wing though, but held onto that car brilliantly there. Battling now, Rockatoni and Pranker, as they're opening now the door for Chelsea Boy. Now Chelsea Boy moves himself up into 5th place. That is Jensen now, who has run off the track, and he's got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting there. As you can see there, he has lost a bit of front wing, and he's desperately trying to keep it on the track and be as fast as possible, but that's just not possible anymore, especially with gravel on those tyres as well, as he runs wide through turn 1 and he loses up again once again. And does he keep it out of the wall? I think he does, but not a good day then for Jensen then. We just want to rejoin the track. He's got to limp it back. He can't push. He hasn't got much of a front wing. Meanwhile, Rockatoni round the outside of Chelsea Boy, and this looks like a tasty battle here, as Chelsea Boy has moved himself up into 5th place now, as he'll now look to try and chase down Pranker now for 4th place. Well, Darren Sinclair currently leads the way, as he is pole position here, and you can see that AJ not letting him get away too far now, almost a second between them in qualifying, but only 5/10 separate them on lap 4, so it should be interesting to see which strategy, who blinks first then in coming into the pits. Chelsea Boy then on the back of Pranker, and we'll see now. Oh, Chelsea Boy runs deep. Is that to try and get a better exit, or did he just run deep? I'm not entirely sure, but he is trying to chase down Pranker for all it's worth. Heimkarl here on the back of DK. And the battle for 7th place as we come out of the last corner now onto the main straight. And I really do apologise about my voice. If any football fans are listening, it does make me sound a bit Sean Dyche, but never mind. I'll carry on fighting this atrocious voice I have right now, as Heimkarl here will continue as well to try and chase down DK. Rockatoni here is on the back of Chelsea Boy, who's also trying to chase down Pranker. Pranker here. I saw that Jensen had a 5-second stop-go penalty, but as we'll see here, battle is developing there. But here we see AJ is close up to 0.3 of a second behind Darren Sinclair as we head towards the hangar straight. And Raikkonen picks himself up a 3-second time penalty, as does Raikkonen. Very easy to pick up those sorts of penalties, especially when you go through Maggots and Beckett's. Very easy to misjudge, especially through turns 11 and then through 13. Very easy to misjudge how wide the car actually is. AJ, though, is still trying to chase down Darren Sinclair. They're on the same strategy. But again, who will blink first as he head on to lap 6 of the British Grand Prix? Raikkonen, though, is on Chelsea boy. And well, if we have a look here, round out of the final corner, can Raikkonen get a good exit as we head towards turn 1? That dirty air really does affect you as you head through turn 1, more than you think. But here we go then with Raikkonen as he loses the back end very slightly there, coming out of turn 4, now through turn 5 as we head towards the turn 6 corner of Brooklands. But you can see here Pranker getting a good gap here, maintaining that gap between Chelsea boy and himself, with Raikkonen just eyeing up an opportunity behind, as we will see now what these guys will do. Of course, they're all on the same tyre, the super soft tyre, as we head through Cops now with all 3 of them chasing each other. DK, though, will have a good opportunity here. He's on the soft tyre, so he's looking then to try and maybe go super softs towards the end of the race. Now, if you're the British Grand Prix, a one stop is possible. If you go super soft and medium tyres, you're looking to stop maybe around about lap 13. Of course, that's all up to the driver. We've got yellow flags out there. We're riding on the board with Spark Bobster. That is Jensen, who is around in the pit lane, and but it's just not been his day so far. Carl then is into the pits, and we'll see now what he can do. What tyres does he choose to put on? Into the pits he goes then, and that looks like a set of soft tyres for Hinkar. Away he goes, so that is going to be a 2-stop strategy. No, Hinkar on to another set of super soft tyres. Looks to me like it's going to be a 2-stop. Raikkonen then, it's going to be 3 wide. No, surely not, as we head through turn 6 here, now coming towards the field of turn 7. As we'll see now if we can get a better camera angle. I've made it worse. They're going to run 2 wide here. Chelsea boy runs slightly deep and slightly wide as they head towards turn 8. Now towards Cops now. Single file, and this is going to do the dirty air for Chelsea boy no good whatsoever as we head through now towards Maggots and Beckett's now. And Raikkonen is trying to defend from Chelsea boy. Not ideal to do through here. You want the optimum line as you head out towards the hangar straight. And we'll see what happens now as they head towards this hangar straight now. DRS for Raikkonen and Chelsea boy as they head towards Pranker now. And I wonder how this is going to play out now. We'll see here with Raikkonen as that is Pranker. Pranker comes into the pits then for his stop. So the first to blink in that battle then. Raikkonen and Chelsea boy carry on for now. So what is Pranker thinking then? Is he thinking 1 stop now? It might be a little bit too early to try the 1 stop. Maybe just slightly too early, but Pranker in then. And what tyres go on? Looks like another set of super softs. So 2 stop then. Confirmed for Pranker. He'll be looking for the soft tyres towards the end of the race. Chelsea boy then. Very odd camera angle to have, but we are on board now with the both of them as Raikkonen looks to try and defend his position from Chelsea boy as they head towards Brooklands for one more time. Heading towards Luffield now, and you can see there Raikkonen just picked up some grass, and that will affect his exit here. He might get a little bit of oversteer, and that might encourage Chelsea boy here to just try and have a go. Maybe not down the inside of Cops, obviously, but it might encourage him to have a little bit of a go. As we see there, both of them don't lift, and you can see Chelsea boy run wide there, as we will see now as we're coming through Maggots and then now through Beckett's. Excuse me, just trying to clear my throat a little bit, and my voice sounds a little bit better for another 10 minutes, I reckon. As we head now down towards, I believe that's, oh, Chelsea boy runs wide there, maybe slightly wide, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time. Meanwhile then, Zippo is trying to chase down DK here for 6th place, and looking to try and nail the traction on the exit there as we head towards lap 9. And turn 1's not your overtaking place. Turn 3 is though, as we head through farm. 4 cars there. Close proximity, always good to see that. We head towards turn 3 here. We head towards the arena section. And we'll see now, what can Invader Zippo do? Can he try and find a way past DK here? Zippo right behind him, but as they head towards Brooklands now, it doesn't seem to be a way past for Zip at the moment, but you can see he's got the tighter line there as we head onto the exit of Luffield now, coming towards Woodcote. And what's going to happen here as we head towards the old turn 1 of Cops, as we're riding on board here with Invader Zippo, and you can see there he drops a little bit here, but we can see Chelsea boy as he tries a move on Rockatoni, doesn't quite work though, and maybe a little eager to try and get himself past. It might lose him some time here to DK if he's not careful. Meanwhile, we've got the 2 leaders, Darren Sinclair and AJ, into the pits, and Darren Sinclair has a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. He left his braking too late there and is into the pits, but he's got that 5 seconds to add on towards the end of the race. Meanwhile then, Chelsea boy here is coming into the pits as well. Now what does that mean then for Rockatoni? Has he left it out too late? Well, who's to say now, but Darren Sinclair and AJ both leaving the pits now on medium tyres. Now this is going to play into AJ's hands right now. He may not know it at the moment, but with Darren Sinclair having a 5-second stop-go penalty and planning only 1 stop, it means there's a little bit less pressure on AJ to close the gap as much. But means we have a new leader. It's Raikkonen who takes the race lead, Rockatoni in 2nd, DK 3rd, but of course all those guys are yet to stop. Zippo in 4th, Darren Sinclair rejoined in 5th, with AJ rejoining in 6th place. Heimkar here trying to close in on Rocket, and Rocket, who had to stop early on, is looking to try and defend here. Or did he have to stop early on? He was involved in an incident earlier on in the race. Oh, he's almost involved in one there. Heimkar aggressive in his move to try and get past around the outside of Luffield. He will have the grip there, and they are going to be running side by side, going through Woodcote and then coming up to Cops now. Short. Someone let someone through. This is not going to end well if they try and go too wide through Cops, and it is Rocket who blinks, and Heimkar finds that way through. DK though looking like the soft tyres are done for him at the moment, and he'll head towards the pit lane then, and picks himself up a 5-second stop go. One of the most difficult pit lanes in the game to get right, because you're slowing down from a good 170 miles an hour all the way down to 37, and it is a very, very slow and very painful pit lane to go down. But we'll see now. DK, now what tyres does he go on to? Rockatoni in, as is DK. Now what tyres does Rockatoni leave on? He leaves on soft tyres, as DK then leaves on super soft. So DK opting for a 2-stop, and we'll see where that leaves him towards the end of the race. Well, Zippo here is being chased down by Darren Sinclair, and we'll see what he can do from this position then. Zippo felt confident in this race. He's currently running 2nd, yet to make a stop though, as he looks to try and put those soft tyres and put them in for a stint for as long as he can. DK though is in a battle with Chelsea boy, as DK 2 stopping in this race, Chelsea boy 1 stopping. Getting past here is essential for DK, and does he make his way past? Yes he does, and into Luffield now. He does make that move stick. Meanwhile though, Darren Sinclair, as they head down the hangar straight, doesn't have DRS on Zippo for this lap, but he is closing, and closing quickly. well, Pranker here is closing in on Malachi. Malachi, who hasn't stopped just yet on those soft tyres. Pranker here looking to try and get a move past. Malachi goes defensive as they head towards turn 15 of Stowe. And my voice is gradually leaving me, but as I say that, Malachi just drops out, doesn't want to be part of that battle. In fact, he pits in from 6th place from the race. Raikkonen, though, still leads the way as he heads into Luffield now. Darren Sinclair is 2nd, AJ in 3rd. Zippo is in 4th place as he's taken a trip to the gravel there, as you can see. So not ideal for Zippo, not the end of the world though. Pranker is in 5th, Heimkarl 6th, Rockatoni 7th, DK is currently running in 8th place, Chelsea Boy in 9th, Malachi pits in and should rejoin in around about 10th place. But there's Spark Bobster, who's looking to try and take 10th place away from Malachi, and it looks like he's going to as they head through. Yep, Spark Bobster through, ahead of Malachi, but only just. DK then trying to close in on Rockatoni. Excuse my coughing, it's not ideal, is it? But Raikkonen then from the lead of the race pits in, and well, does he go on to a set of mediums or does he go on a set of soft tyres, or super softs, my apologies, as we head into the pit lane now. What tyres will Raikkonen put on, I wonder? Heading into the pit lane now. Looks like they're medium tyres ready for him, and they are indeed medium tyres. So away he goes then. So one stopping as well, didn't feel as confident on some super softs, but he will rejoin now. Zippo comes in as well. Now will he one stop as well? Some drivers maybe don't feel confident of taking the super softs as long as they could, and he leaves from the garage there, Invader Zippo, because of course he does, and on go another set of soft tyres. So an interesting call then from Zippo. So then, as we have a little bit of peace at the moment, Darren Sinclair leads the way, AJ is in 2nd, Raikkonen in 3rd, Pranker 4th, Heimkarl in 5th, Rockatoni 6th, DK 7th, Chelsea Boy in 8th, Zippo should rejoin in 9th place and does, Spark Bobster 10th, Malachi in 11th, and Rocket is in 12th place. Well, we can see here, Heimkarl trying to close in on Pranker, and he's doing just that. DK on the other hand, trying to close in on Rockatoni and closing fast here. What we're going to see from these two then, as we head towards Copse Corner. And yeah, DK doesn't make the move stick going through Copse, but you can see how much more grip he had going through Copse in the first place, trying to make Rockatoni take a compromised line, and you can see there he's giving him a 3-second time penalty, just trying to put him off. So it's always worth doing. See if you can force your opponent into a mistake. And AJ sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:31.2, as we head towards Stowe. Rockatoni there holding on at the moment, but soft tyres versus super soft tyres, I wonder how long this battle is going to last. Heading around the final corner now, as we head towards the new start line, new turn 1, that'll do, either one of those, through Farm now and towards turn 3. And has DK got the pace now to make a move, and he'll be in DRS range as we head down the first DRS straight. But what will he do? It looks a bit too far back for my liking anyway, as we head towards Brooklands here. Now coming into Luffield, and then we're going to head out of Woodcote. Still DK finds himself behind, but he's looking to try and keep pushing on here. Through Copse they go, and you can see they're both of them taking about the same amount of curb there, as we now head towards Maggots and then through Beckett's. onto the hanger straight now. Then Darren Sinclair goes one better than AJ and sets a 1:31.7. Meanwhile though, DK is looking for a move up the inside of Rockatoni. Can he make it stick? Going up the inside here. Can he hold it around the inside? He's got to look out for Rockatoni here as DK. They're still side by side then, the two of them, as looks like DK for now has that position. And yes, he does. He has that position, and that moves up now into what is now 5th place because Heemkarl has pitted in now. Heemkarl in. He was running a 2-stop, so he's in now for his 2nd stop of the day and will leave now on a set of soft tyres. Rockatoni though, still not happy. He's looking to try and get back at DK, but on some soft tyres, he's going to find that a little bit tricky. Well, the battle for the lead here, 1.7 seconds the gap, and these two, one stopping, and well, AJ here you can see not maybe as confident through this high-speed section as Darren Sinclair is, and maybe that's where he's starting to lose a little bit of time. Not a lot of time, mind, but you know, a couple of hundredths of a second in Formula 1 means the world. Rockatoni here still holding on to DK here as he looks to try and find a way past. Malachi though on the back of Spark Bobster on a set of soft tyres. Spark Bobster trying to go to the end of the race, runs slightly wide as Malachi here looks to try and find a way past Spark Bobster, try and move himself up into 10th place and up into the points. As Spark Bobster there pretty much takes out the camera there, but never mind, he'll carry on. Pranker then into the pits for his 2nd stop of the day. Now this should be a change onto some soft tyres, which will take him to the end of the race. And that's exactly what's happened there. Soft tyres on, and away he goes. Well, Darren Sinclair here, leading the way. 1.9 ahead from AJ. Rockatoni has fallen away from DK there. 2nd is the gap at the moment. Malachi not giving up on Spark Bobster for now. 4/10 the gap as we head towards. Oh, that's a Mercedes running wide there and taking out a brake marker. That's Rocket, who ran slightly wide through Farm there. Malachi here looking to try and make a move on Spark Bobster. He's got the DRS open, and so what can he do now as we head towards Brooklands? Coming through Luffield now, and Spark Bobster here. A little bit of pressure for him to try and defend now. Darren Sinclair 1:31.1. Once again, very consistent here from Darren Sinclair. Lap 17 of this race. We have 10 laps to go of this one. And I'm just wondering if my voice can hold out for that long. Heemkarl then on a set of fresh soft tyres, heading down the hanger straight now, trying to chase down Pranker. And what can he do now as we head towards Stowe? I keep having to look down at my circuit map because that's just the one corner I can't remember. Heading towards Vale and then up towards Club now. And Heemkarl here looks like he's got a bit of pace about him as well, trying to chase down Pranker. Heading now down towards turn 4 here. As Heemkarl still half a second back from Pranker, but as you can see he's closing in fast. On those fresh soft tyres he needs to make the most of them here as we head towards the straight here, the straight with no name, but the first DRS straight as we head towards Brooklands now. Now coming towards Luffield. And again Heemkarl trying to get that better exit coming out of Luffield there. 1:30.9 from Darren Sinclair. He is really trying to open up that gap between himself and AJ. 9 laps to go. Heemkarl here. Looks like he's got a bit of a run on Pranker here through Maggots and then through Beckett's. As he got the grip here, he's got much more grip than Pranker through this section. Pranker runs wide, as does Hinkar, but Hinkar here, look, this is his best chance now to try and find a way past Branca. He's going to go up the inside, coming through to Kops. And has he got the move done here? Oh, he's got a bit wide there. Well, I say he went a bit wide. He got a little bit of a tag there from Branca and lost the back end slightly, though. Kept the car in check and can live to fight another day. Very aggressive defending there from Branca. So then, I do apologise for my constant coughing, but it's the only way I can keep my voice in slight check. It's only going to get worse and worse as we head into the final laps now, and where all the drama starts to unfold. Hinkar, though, still on the back of Branca. Of course, if you don't like the sound of my voice fading away, you can obviously watch this with no volume at all. It will probably give you the same amount of drama. But please don't do that. Or do. I mean, I won't really know, will I? Just don't tell me. And everything will be fine. So then, you see what I mean? My voice is just completely starting to give out now. Darren Sinclair leading the way. In the number 21 car, we've got Rocket coming out of the pits there, I believe, on a set of super soft tyres. And will he cause a little bit of disruption here for Darren Sinclair? I wonder. Heading into the latter stages of this race, 8 laps to go. And we've got a retirement there. That's Hinkar. Hinkar into the barriers. Well, let's have a look at Branca here, sorry. Doesn't look to be any damage on his car. Well, Hinkar, that is coming through turn. I'm not sure where that is actually. No, that's coming out of turn 14. That's Chapel. My only thought is then you don't normally lose the back end there. So he's hit the wall. Was there contact? We'll never know. Not from this broadcast. Anyway, that's Hinkar though, out of the race. Darren Sinclair then still leading the way. 2.6 seconds separates him from AJ, and this is important for Darren Sinclair's title run. At the end of this race, we'll mark the halfway point in the season, and we'll see where the momentum can shift. This is all important as we head towards the second half of the season. But Darren Sinclair still leading the way though, and coming on now, and he will start the 20th lap of the race. And 7 laps to go now of this British Grand Prix, and you can see he's pushing hard. 1:30.8 now for Darren Sinclair. AJ 3 seconds back now. Spark Bobster then on a fresh set of super soft tyres up into 9th place. Malachi in 10th place here, and what a start for Malachi then if he can finish in the top 10. If he can finish in the top 10 on his debut in SNR, what a boost of confidence that will be. Haven't seen much of Raikkonen in this race, but he's sort of in a race of his own. 15.7 back from AJ, but 14.1 ahead of Rockatoni. With 7 laps to go, he's just on a race of his own here until the end, and he'll be hoping for no dramas as he heads towards the 3rd place spot there. This is Zippo then in the pits, and away he goes on a set of super soft tyres, and Darren Sinclair has picked himself up another 3-second time penalty, which will be all important heading towards that checkered flag. We've got lap cars as well to contend with, so they'll play a vital role here in how this develops. We've got the Toro Rosso there diving out of the way, and I believe that was Malachi, and it was Malachi getting well out of the way of Darren Sinclair there. 6 laps to go. Rockatoni here, currently in 4th place. He's had a decent run today. We'll just be hoping for a decent run towards the end of the race. There you can see right now, really the only driver still in the race that's lost positions is Spark Bobster. As you can see though, Rockatoni is going to finish where he started at this moment in time, and well, you can see there at the moment Chelsea Boy here up 4 positions up into 5th place, tied with Rocket, who is also up 4 positions starting from the very back of the grid. Darren Sinclair though still leading the way, as you can see from the stops there. The top 5 have tried a one-stop, and it seems like it's the fastest strategy at the moment. Clear divide in strategy that you can see there. And that was lovely of Darren Sinclair to take out the camera for us. But we'll move on then. We'll move on very swiftly. Darren Sinclair then heading towards Copse Corner. And we'll see now. You can see the field is pretty evenly spread out at the moment. So we'll just try and keep an eye on the gaps between each driver. AJ though 3.2 behind. That's going to prove crucial towards the end of the race then. Darren Sinclair making his way around the final corner. 5 laps to go in this one, and again another fastest lap for Darren Sinclair. And well, my voice is definitely starting to give out now, but hopefully it'll hold on for these thrilling last 5 laps. We'll see whether Darren Sinclair can extend his advantage to, well, basically counteract his penalties. And I haven't been looking at the race control at the bottom left for the entire race, so we'll have to see as well whether AJ got himself any penalties either. As you can see there, Spark Bobster in the Renault, not making it very easy for Darren Sinclair to get past, but Darren Sinclair gets past anyway. Malachi here getting well out of the way of AJ as well, to ensure he doesn't get any penalties. Chelsea Boy in 5th, 9.7 behind Rockatoni at the moment. He's had a decent race today, I think, and in front of his home crowd, that will have given him a little bit of a confidence boost for his home Grand Prix. Obviously it's not the season he wanted right now, but well, we'll be hoping for a better second half of the season as we head towards that second half stage. Invader Zippo then sets the fastest lap of the race as he looks to try and reel in DK for all it's worth for 7th place. Darren Sinclair then 4 laps to go. Not a fastest lap this time from Darren Sinclair, but if you're going up against someone on fresh super soft tyres, then it's not really much of a competition. 3.8 separates him and AJ. Raikkonen here in 3rd place, just minding his own business. You can see there, monitoring both gaps ahead and behind. He knows he doesn't have to push for 3rd place, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's just sticking to his guns here and hoping now that his drive is enough to seal that 3rd place, 3rd step on the podium. Pranker here, well, he may or may not have had an incident with Heemkar. We never saw it, but his battle with Heemkar would have heated up spectacularly by now, as Pranker looks to seal this 6th place finish. He's got to watch out though for any mistakes now. He may be on his own out there, but DK will be ready to snatch any opportunity he can. A fast charging Zippo as well could be one to watch for DK in his rear mirrors. At 6.9 the gap is at the moment, so we'll see how that develops as we head towards the final few laps of this Grand Prix. Still though, Darren Sinclair leads the way as we head towards Vale and Club Corner. Darren Sinclair in car 21 looks to try and reel in some points once again from AJ. 3 laps to go in this one. Well, Zippo did say to me, watch me today. I'm hoping for a good one, and 8th place, well, in terms of recent performances and maybe recent DNFs, maybe this is the points haul he wanted this weekend. Not ideal, maybe not what he wanted, but points are prizes in terms of getting up the field in the Drivers' Championship. And how about Malachi as well? Okay, we've had Heemkar, Geordie Davey out of the race, but to keep it cool at the moment, with 3 laps to go, Malachi could be getting his first points in his first SNR race. Darren Sinclair then heading around the old turn 1, heading through Maggots and then through Beckett once again as we head towards the hanger straight once again, as he runs slightly wide there. Maybe a little bit of tyre wear getting into effect there. But AJ here still in 2nd place, and you can see by his delta there how consistent he is. That's 0.02 of a second down through sector 2. That is how consistent AJ is, but the consistency is just not quick enough to reel in AJ. But maybe he's been told by his engineer by now that the car ahead has a penalty. 2 laps to go then. Darren Sinclair still leads the way. 3.4 seconds separates him and AJ. The penultimate lap of the British Grand Prix. Darren Sinclair still leads the way. AJ in second. Raikkonen then in third place. 18.6 behind AJ, but 18 in front of Raikkonen. He'll just be hoping for a little bit of an easy ride towards the end of the race, as he just looks to try and knuckle down, and complacency can get the better of you in a situation like this. He's just got to be careful of that. Well, DK here in 7th place at the moment, still in a race of his own, and that attack from Zippo hasn't come as quickly as maybe Zippo would have liked, but DK here still in 7th place. Now Branca here is 4 seconds behind Chelsea Boy. It's a big ask to try and get him to close down 2 seconds a lap, but picking himself up a 3-second time penalty there isn't going to help, but all those penalties will come into effect come the end of the race. Meanwhile then, Darren Sinclair heading through Stowe for the penultimate time. 4 seconds separates him and AJ as we head towards Vale and then through Club. Through Club, one more for the penultimate time, I should say. And Darren Sinclair here starts the final lap of the British Grand Prix. He has been in control of this race, but he's got penalties. So we'll have to wait and see when he crosses the line whether he'll get to keep the win, as AJ is looking to try and steal more points from under Darren Sinclair's nose. We'll have to wait and see though. Darren Sinclair down the first DRS straight, and I was saying about Branca trying to close in. Maybe he's heard me. At the moment he is closing in. Since we last saw him, he closed in a second on Chelsea Boy. It's not quite enough. It's not quite enough pace, but never say never in Formula One. Darren Sinclair then heading towards the old turn 1. Through Copse Corner he goes. And heading now towards Maggots and then through Beckett's for one last time here. We'll see him now take this corner. And now heading towards the hangar straight. AJ here is hoping for a little bit of luck here. Branca still trying to close in Chelsea Boy with all his might. Maybe Chelsea Boy has penalties. I don't know. I haven't kept track. But 2.6 right now seems like good enough pace. Darren Sinclair then heading towards the final few corners. And as we head towards Club Corner, Darren Sinclair is going to cross the line to win the British Grand Prix. And can AJ here steal that win away from him? No, he can't. No, he can't. Then Darren Sinclair will take the win for the British Grand Prix by 1.5 seconds from AJ. Raikkonen then heading towards the line. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd place for Raikkonen. A really good race for him. 3rd place. And that last step on the podium goes to Raikkonen. We've got yellow flags in Sector 1 here. As we'll see Branca trying to chase down Chelsea Boy. But Raikkonen rounding these final few corners here. And he's going to take 4th place in this race. Chelsea Boy heading towards the line. You can see how much Branca's closed up on him. Maybe a couple more laps and Branca would have had a go at Chelsea Boy. But Chelsea Boy crosses the line in 5th place. Branca crosses in 6th place. DK heading towards the home now, as he'll be in 7th place. He'll cross the line to take that 7th place for him. And Zippo there will come across the line to finish in 8th place. But your winner today, and they seem to have just parked up there, your winner today at the British Grand Prix is Darren Sinclair. Well then, Darren Sinclair has put a stop to AJ's rampant winning run, and he'll take the win here at the British Grand Prix. So then, Darren Sinclair wins the day in the official, unofficial results. AJ to the P in second place, Raikkonen third, Rockatoni fourth, Chelsea Boy fifth, Pranker in sixth, DK seventh, Zippo in eighth, Spark Bobster ninth, Malachi in 10th, Rocket Queen 11th, Heemcard 12th, and then we've got a bunch of real drivers to see us through for the rest of the results. Well, it was a battle all today about strategy and who could keep the tyres in the cleanest, cleanest grain really, and not wear them too much. I do apologise about my voice, but hopefully by the next round we should be back to my normal obnoxious voice for you all to listen to once again. And speaking of the next time we meet again, hopefully it'll be at the Hungarian Grand Prix for round 11 at the Hungaroring in Budapest. I do hope you can join us for them. Until Hungary though, I've been Kieran McGinley, you've been watching, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.